Today, a little bit of this, and some of this, and some of this. Welcome to Go with Gustav. My name's Chris.
And I'm Rachel.
This is Sprocket.
And this is Tassie. Come and join us on our adventures.
But don't forget to like
and subscribe
and hit the notification bell. Morning. So it's early in the morning, we've just been over for a shower. Showers are very clean. This is a really nice Stellplatz, not far from the centre of Salzburg. We're going to catch a bus in this morning, and amazingly, obviously, it has stopped raining, which is like the first time in 2.5 days, because it's actually been pouring. Yesterday there was lots of puddles, which is why we didn't park down there, but the puddles have gone. We're currently at the bus stop, putting on muzzles on the dogs, which they're not particularly enamoured about. Buses here run every half hour after 9:20 on a Sunday. We're on a Sunday, and it's a 20-minute journey into Salzburg. Right, we've arrived in Salzburg, and we didn't have to pay on the bus, although we should have done, but there was some sort of mix-up, whereas the driver wouldn't let us pay, and then the conductor got on and said we had to pay, and then he gave up in the end. So because we haven't got the Salzburg card yet, which means everything's free, with all the famous signs above. Not many tourists. It's a Sunday morning. We've got in fairly early, so I'm guessing it's about 9:45. So we'll keep you informed as we go around. An amazing sound. My dad was in the hospital in Salzburg for 10 weeks, and he recovered, but he had a stroke and was flown into Salzburg Hospital. So I know Salzburg a little bit because we were here for 2 weeks while he was in the hospital. It's the main cathedral. It's where Mozart used to play the organ. There's 5 organs in there. I don't know if we can get in later. If you haven't realised, I'm an ex-music teacher. We used to come here on music trips, and I know 1 or 2 of my ex-students sometimes watch these. I've got to say, guys, it's a lot easier without 40 children. I've now just got the Salzburg card, which is valid for 48 hours, and that costs €40 each. You can get a 24-hour one, you can get a longer one. It gets us free bus travel, even though we had that this morning by a fluke, and it gets a lot of the attractions free or heavily discounted. So when we go to castles with the fountains tomorrow, that's going to be free, and I think the Mozart thing will be free, various other things. Right, we're heading towards the funnicula.
It's like Duffy.
Yeah.
We're enjoying this. We're not going to go in any of the buildings because of the dogs, but it's just nice to come up and have the views. Now we've got the Salzburg cards, we haven't had to pay anything. It was straight on, you get fast tracked onto things like the funnicula. So it's filling up the tourists now. Obviously the coaches have arrived. Lots more horses here. So this is the Salzburg souvenir shop, and as my friend used to say, anything blue is blue tack. Very nice. Why won't you try mine? So this is the birthplace of Mozart. Hopefully we're going to be able to do that tomorrow. Rachel will go in tomorrow. And this is the very famous road for all the signs above it. And we're going to walk down there in a second. There's a cruise boat there. I'm just wondering if it's working or not. Can't tell. I haven't seen any boats going. I would have thought they're not allowed to when it's like this.
行開啲啦，唔該。我想等佢影完我。怕唔怕㗎？怕嘅唔怕嘅。怕嘅。又好正啊！你個面唔好望我。
So you've seen Mozart's birthplace, where he was born in 1756. This house across the road is where he lived. We've come in at the opposite end to the famous steps where they dance in The Sound of Music, and you actually see the real Maria in the background, don't you? It's a cameo appearance in the film. This side here is the Salzburg Music School, and I think there's a ballet school here as well. But we'll be walking up to the steps in a moment. Really clean, there's no litter at all. It's just a nice place for people to come and sit. Someone's bottom. Someone's bottom, I'm sure, is quite famous. And those are the famous steps off in the distance. We'll walk through here. We did mean to bring our books so we could just sit here and chill in this area and have a break, because walking is really tiring. But we're actually, and it's muggy. We're actually making our way back. We've done a lot of the outside things today. If it rains tomorrow, which is forecast is, then we've got some inside things to do, which is actually the actual house for Rachel to have a look at. I've seen it. If you've not been in Mozart's birthplace, it doesn't matter if you're into classical music at all. It's just really interesting to see how they lived around that time. As I say, he was born in 1756. I shouldn't have hesitated on that. 1756. So it's really interesting to see what life was like around about that time. And we've had a lovely sit down, doing some people watching, giving the dogs a chance to have some water and to have a rest. I think Tassie needed the rest. And now we're continuing Mirabell Gardens up to the famous fountains and the famous steps.
They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are they friendly?
The jealous one is Sprocket.
Ah,
Sprocket.
Rocket.
Sprocket.
Rocket. You're friendly. And Rocket is
I call myself a long, long way to run. So I need a rolling thread. Now I'm looking for a soul. Me and drink with jam and bread. Oh, that will bring us back to do. Oh, oh, oh. Finish.
ride the bus back. We'll come across Sunday Market. Oh, you can smell the shoes. Come here, you can smell it. Those are big loads of bread. What's the size of that? Mate. So we've been in the gardens, we're now walking back towards the bridge. We bumped into some English that have suggested where we can go to find a cheap supermarket before we get back on the bus. So this is just walking along parallel with the river, but on the same side as the gardens. I've not actually been in this bit at all. Because this is less touristy on this side. It's more sort of coffee culture, isn't it? Or sort of coffee culture. I haven't heard any traditional Salzburg music yet.
What about Beatles?
And there's the main road bridge. They don't like it, do they? So if you're staying at the Stellplatz and you come into Salzburg, we found a supermarket which is here. It's Villa, I think it says, this yellow building, which is the supermarket, and Rachel's just popped in there to get provisions as we're starting to run low. It was going to be, I think, Ribetes and cheese tonight, because that's as far as down. We've got milk and we've got tea bags, so we can survive until tomorrow. But we found the supermarket shop, and as the bus stop is just behind us, then it's ideal. 20 minutes drive, we'll be back at the Stellplatz. Had a great day, and we are all tired. Temperature wise, it's as hot as we would want it with the dogs. It's a little bit humid, and I think there's thunderstorms forecast tomorrow, but we've done most of the outside stuff today just in case. So we've just got off the bus. It's about 20 minutes drive back. Have a quick look. Hello. Hello. This way. Normal electric plugs. Apart from, I think it must be 6 ampere. It's not very high, because our normal kettle kept flipping it. So we've had to go to our 500 watt kettle. So last night this place was full, including a bus and a very long motorhome. But now we've come back from our day out on a Sunday and it's empty. We've got these dividers. And you are allowed on this one to put out chairs and things within your space. Some Stellplatz and airs you're not allowed to. So we've got a bit of space on this side for our collapsed dogs. Morning, second day in Salzburg. It's rained again in the night, but it's cleared up now. But we've got thunderstorms due. There's a bread van, I think it's a bread van, turned up on site, so we're just going to go and see what they've got.
14.5 mine. My was 14.5.
Oh, wow, that's good. Anything else, Chris?
No, I think
Would you want some rolls?
we can get a couple of rolls, but we're going out for lunch, aren't we?
Okay, that's for lunch.
So we've just arrived at Schloss Hellbrunn, the castle with the fountains. Not particularly motorhome friendly. There's no dedicated motorhome spaces that we could see. So we've come up right up the end so no one blocks us in. All there is a sign saying no motorhomes on the car park where the coaches are, but it doesn't actually say where motorhomes can go. And this one says no caravans. Well, I'm not a caravan. Open to 9:30, but I think it's about 9:45 now, so we should be okay. It's a parking charge. Was it just a couple of euros for?
I don't know.
It wasn't very expensive. A couple of euros for a couple of hours. And of course, we're covered by the Salzburg card to get in free. It's quite a long walk down this impressive drive. But we're not going to go in the actual castle today because you can't take dogs in. I have been in before and it's okay. But the main thing here is the features in the park. And this is an attraction you don't want to miss. I'd not heard of it. I only know about it because we came on a school trip here. I brought my music group here, my orchestra, to Salzburg, and this was one of our day trips. And it's unlike anything else that we've been to. So this is one you don't want to miss. So we've been told come straight over to the fountains as they're starting in 10 minutes. Okay, we're going to follow an English tour around. We're just coming through the barriers. Okay. So we have all these mechanical things on the path that are worked by hydropower.
Anlage. Hunde!
It's only water then.
They're scared.
So we've just walked from the trick fountains in the distance through this lovely park. There's lots of areas, lots of spaces here to have picnics in the summer. It's a really big play area over the side there, and this bit you can get into free as far as I can understand because the gates are free and there's no one here. So this is now the summer house from The Sound of Music. So I would imagine it's locked. Yeah, because they have people dancing around on the benches singing the I Am 16 Going on 17 song. If you're coming in, it's just inside this gate here. I'm just going to pop out so people know where it is. So that's the main gate. That's the drive that we walked down. So before you walk down, it might be worth just popping in. And it is literally on the side. This is a toll road. We got back, it was horrendous rain. We couldn't hear ourselves in the motorhome because it was so loud. Weather forecast said 30 millimetres of rain today, and it was going to be horrendous for the next few hours. We left it for about an hour and everything suddenly changed. It stopped raining, it's completely dry. All the weather forecasts have changed for the next hour or two. After that, again, it's meant to be heavy rain, but who knows. Rachel wants to go around Mozart's house. I've already done that, so she's going to do that by herself, which is where she is now. As I say, I've already done it, so she's gone in and I'm looking after the dogs. I found a nice sort of stone or marble bench to sit on right outside, and I'll be happy here unless it rains. With the dog bowl there, it looks like we could be asking for money, so we'll see if we get anything. Dogs are worth it. I'm worth it. So a speciality of Salzburg is these small Mozart balls. This is a whole shop of them. So I've sent Rachel in to buy some. So Rachel's enjoyed going around Mozart's birthplace. I've just popped in the cathedral very quickly. I have been in it before, so I just wanted to film some of the things in there, particularly because it's an unusual thing. It's got 5 organs, and Mozart used to go and play the organ in there. Rachel's not been in, so she's popping in now. It's discounted if you've got the Salzburg card. It was €5 if you don't have the card, and €3.50 if you have got the card. And as I came out, you probably saw, or you might see on the video, there's people with their dogs talking to Rachel. Just in case you're in any doubt of which way Rachel went. So? Sit. We've ordered the speciality of Salzburg, which I'm sure is not called Nockerl, but that's what it's close to. And it's very expensive. I'm not sure. It is designed for 2. I'll put the price on the screen, possibly. And hot chocolates, and got an apple strudel coming.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, it hasn't all come yet. This is we'll ask him.
Nockerl.
Salzburger Nockerl. Brilliant, thank you. Raspberry or strawberry? So that was absolutely lovely. Rachel wasn't too keen on the Nockerl. But what did you have, Rachel?
I had apple strudel.
Apple strudel, nice.
Very nice, with custard.
Custard. So I highly recommend this place, and especially because they take the dogs.
Wait, stop it. Slow.
But Placid did that at the top.
Did you?
Yeah. She's not being left behind. We've timed that really well, because it's now started raining. As soon as we come out, we had decided that we were going home now anyway, but it's just as well. Let's hope it doesn't get too heavy while we're waiting for the bus.